Hi everyone. In this masterclass, we're going to start by looking at Let's Go Band. So we're going to look at all of those high notes that we have in the middle 2 or 3 sections. So look at measure 17. I'm just going to grab my flute. If you look at measure 17, that top note, let's try and figure out what that note is together. So if you don't already have it written down, let's learn what it is. And if you do already have it written down, let's learn why it is what it is. So the highest note that we know, if we look at our 7 notes we need to know, which are on page 16 of your beginner band book, is an A flat. And A flat is on our first ledger line. A ledger line is a smaller line that goes above a staff. So if you look at measure 17 on your part, we have our 5 lines of our staff, and then underneath our B, there's one of those ledger lines. So that line is where A flat would be. We are 1 note higher than that because we're right on top of the line. So what would 1 note higher than A flat be? B, and we have B flat because if you look at your key signature at the beginning of every line, we have a flat sign where our lower B is, the B that we already know. So that means that every B, no matter where it is going to be a B flat unless it has another natural or sharp sign in front of it. So we have B flat as our first note. Now this B flat is fingered the exact same way as our low B flat. So it is thumb, first finger, and pinky. Now, so if we play that fingering, we're going to get the low B flat first. But what we want to do is use this muscle right here. This is called, I don't know the actual name for it. I've nicknamed it my bunny muscle because you can use this muscle to wiggle your nose like a little bunny rabbit. It's fun if you can do it. So we're going to use our bunny muscle, this muscle between our mouth and our nose, to blow the air down closer to your elbow. And we blow fast air to get our high notes out. So fast air to your elbow, bunny muscle, and we're going to keep our lips very, very small. This is called our embouchure when we put our lips together and blow. I keep the opening in my lips very small to get high notes out. So let's all try to play a B flat. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, did it come out? Did it come out the high one or the low one? If it came out the low one, keep trying to blow fast air to your elbow using this muscle and a small embouchure, small opening in your mouth. Let's look at our next note. This next note is on our 7 notes you need to know page. So look at page 16 of your book and then look at the second note in measure 17 and figure out what note that is. It's our last note on 7 notes you need to know. That is an A flat, A flat. And if you look at your page, that is fingered our thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, pinky, and pinky. So we're using both pinkies. Now, same thing for our B flat. We have to use fast air for A flat. Let's try to play an A flat together. 1, 2, ready, go. Very nice. So we've played B flat, A flat. Go back and forth and watch your fingers make this switch. Try to make it where your hands are moving at the same time, just like mine. Now let's play that whole measure. B flat for 2 beats and then A flat for 2 beats and then stop. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Very good. If you need to go try that again, go ahead. Let's look at our next measure now. So we had A flat, To go from A flat to our next note, what is our next note? One lower than A flat. That's G. We lift up one finger, our pinky. So B flat, A flat, G, and then our next note, F, we add one finger. So B flat, switch, A flat, switch, G, switch, F. Let's try playing those 4 notes and then stop. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Let's do that again. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Very nice. So we're going to stick with that pattern for our next 2 measures. The only difference in these next 2 measures is that instead of having a B flat as a half note at the beginning, we have 2 B flat quarter notes. So we're going to play 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 3. Let's try playing that third measure after 17. So 2 B flats and 1 A flat. Remember, B flat is the same as low B flat, and A flat is our whole left hand. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Stop. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. So then we have a half note G and a half note F. Let's try those 2 measures. So start with the 2 quarter note B flats and we'll end on F. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. I started at the wrong spot. Let's try that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Great. Now let's put those first 4 measures together. Start at measure 17, and we're going to end on the second F that we play. So we're playing 4 measures all together. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Our next measure, we have that same B flat, A flat, and then the next measure, G, and here is the tricky one. What is that next note? It's an A, but is it an A flat or is it an A natural? This one is an A natural, and I'll tell you why. So if you look back at your key signature that we talked about at the very beginning where we found out that all of our B's are flat, if you look at that key signature, we have a flat on our 3rd line for B flat, and we have a flat on our 4th space for E flat. So that tells us anytime we have a B or an E, they're going to be flat. Is there a flat on our 2nd space for A? There is not. So that means that just if we see an A without anything in front of it, it is an A natural. If you look at all those other A's that we've played in this section, they've all had a flat sign right in front of them. But this one doesn't. This one has nothing in front of it, so it's an A natural. And for A natural, let's find G together. For A natural, we're going to lift one more finger. So G, A, G, A. So those 2 measures will be B flat, A flat, G, A natural, B, B, B. And so A flat, G, and A, you're just lifting one finger at a time. Let's try those 2 measures, start on the B flat and end on the A natural a couple of times. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. more time. Ready, go. Very good. And then our last three notes are all our high B flats. Make sure we're still blowing really fast air using our bunny muscle right here and blowing down to our elbow. Let's try 3 B flats in that measure and make sure we're saying ta to start every one of them. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Again, ready, set, and go. Last time, ready, go. Very cool. Let's put that whole section together. I would recommend finding that A natural and writing a natural sign above it or in front of it or wherever you will be able to see it. We write a natural sign by doing 2 steps. The first step is to draw an L, L like love, L like lunes, the Spanish word for a day of the week. And then 7, the number. So L, 7. See how there's a box in the middle and then 2 lines sticking up and down? That is our natural sign. So draw that in front of your A natural. Okay, let's try measure 17 and we'll stop when we get to our whole rest at the end of this section. 1, 2, 17, ready, go. Okay, how did you do? We're going to do that a couple more times because it takes a little bit to get used to. Now, let's look at one thing before we try it again. The section at measure 17, do we play it 1 time or does it repeat so we play it 2 times? This section will repeat. We're going to play it 2 times. So that's what we're going to practice right now. This gives us 2 rounds of practice and getting all those right notes, and it helps us get better at counting that rest in between. Let's try 17 both times. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2, 3, again. Da, 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 da. You don't have that, but other instruments do, so you'll hear that in the rest right there. Okay, so that's it for the section at measure 17. Let's go ahead and move on to the section at measure 25. 25. So if we look at measure 25, we play the same note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our 7 measures that we're playing in this section. What note is that? We played it in measure 17. That is a B flat, a B flat. So we're using that same low B flat fingering, fast air, bunny muscle to your elbow. And then can you find the different note? Find the different note. It is in our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th measure after 25. It's an A. What kind of A is it? It has that symbol that we talked about in front of it, the one that looks like an L plus a 7. That is our natural sign. So we have B flats and A naturals. So let's learn this rhythm. We have 3 quarter notes in our first measure. That's an easy rhythm. 1, 2, 3, rest. Then we have a dotted quarter note and an eighth note, followed by a half rest in our second measure. So that dotted quarter note, how many beats is that worth? Not 1, not 2, it's worth 1.5 beats. So we think of that as being a little bit longer than a quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 1, and it gets 3/8 notes worth of counting. So we're going to switch it. We're going to change to our next B flat when our foot is coming up, tapping. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, and just like that. Let's try that a bunch of times. Just the B flats. Don't worry about changing to our A's. Ready? Let's try. 1, 2, 25, the rhythm, go. Again. Again. Last time. Did your rhythm match up with my rhythm? I didn't change notes and I didn't play the rhythm the whole line. I just played those first 2 measures over and over again. So let's try those first 2 measures over and over again. We're not going to move on, just the first 2 measures. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Again. Again. Last time. Okay, so when we look back at our music, we have that rhythm. It's 2 measures long. 1, 2, 3 times, and then the last time we just have 3 quarter notes. Now find where you're going to switch to A. It's in the middle of that rhythm, our third time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th measure. Let's try playing from 25 all the way to 33 now. One time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Get ready. Switch. And back. That's 25 to 33. Let's try that again to make sure we can all get the switch from B flat to A flat, or A natural, sorry, A natural. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Get ready. Switch. And back. How'd you do? Okay, so this section, does it happen 1 time or do we repeat it and it happens 2 times? We're going to repeat this section as well. So let's try playing 25 to 33 2 times. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Switch. Back. Again, ready, set, and go. Switch. All right, very good. How'd you do? Okay, we have one more section, or 2 more really, that use our high notes. So let's look at measure 33 now. First of all, does this section repeat? We have a repeat sign at the very beginning, but there's no repeat sign later on. So that was just an accident, and this section will not repeat. 33 only happens 1 time. Now, if we look at the notes we're playing in this section, other than the last two measures, they're all the same notes that we just played in our last section. We have B flats and A naturals. And then at the end, we have our bump, 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 ba-da, our Let's Go Band melody. So we already know that part. We're focusing on the high notes right now. So let's talk about the rhythm. Our rhythm is the same every single time it happens because we're just filling in where the drums aren't playing their eighth notes. So our first measure, we play on which beat number? 1. Then we rest and we play on which beat number in our second measure? 2 and 4. So if we're going to keep the first measure separate and we're going to put the second and third measures together. We're going to count those measures. Let's try counting together out loud our second and third measures. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, because we have a long note on beat 2, a short note on beat 4, and a short note on beat 1. Let's do that again together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. And that is our rhythm every single time. Let's play from 33 to 41 together. Be careful with those last two measures because we're starting on a high B flat, but it's still that same Let's Go Band pattern. Just like we've been used to. 33, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Stop. Let's do that again. Let's make sure that we're getting that switch from B flat to A natural where it happens. And then be careful to line up with your Let's Go Band melody. Let's do 33 to 41 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, switch. Stop. Very good. Let's look at measure 41 to 49 now. 41 to 49 start out exactly the same as 33 to 41 did. The difference is in our last two measures. So instead of going back to our Let's Go Band theme, we have 3 quarter notes, ba, 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 and then that same rhythm and melody that we've had a bunch of times already. 1 and 2, 3, 4, off. Let's try playing measure 41 to 49 together. Same notes, same rhythms. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, switch. All right, very nice. Let's do that one more time just to make sure we've all got it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, switch. And then we're back to measure 49. We do our Let's Go Band. We shout Let's Go Band together as a band, and we're done with the song. So before we wrap up for today, I want to teach you a couple of fun high notes. So we started getting into our high notes today with our B flats, A naturals, A flats, all of those notes that we worked on. But there are way higher notes than B flat and A flat. We can play a B flat that's even higher than that one. and we can play tons of fun notes. So the first note I want to teach you today is a high E flat. And this note is super fun because you get to press down every key, a key with every finger. So thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, pinky, first finger, second finger, third finger, pinky. Everything on both hands. This one takes a lot of super fast air to get out, so don't be afraid to blow air. It sounds like this E flat, just higher. So go ahead and practice that one, and then I'll teach you one more note that's even higher. We'll learn a high F today. So we all know regular F. If we lift our middle finger off the key, lift your middle finger off the key, that's high F. That is our high F. So we have E flat, everything, everything, and high F, which is regular F, minus your middle finger. Those are our two new high notes for today. Oops. I hope you all enjoyed this masterclass, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.